Hello friends, today we will see the story The Paranoid Letter, which is written by Edgar Allan Poe, who is very famous American writer. Here I will provide you the easy summary of The Paranoid Letter. As the story is detective story, so the detective Dupins find out the culprit very easily. Actually, the story is all about missing a letter from royal compartment, and the help of police, Dupin solve this problem and find the culprit at end. Here we can see the summary of the poem. If the question is came like that way, discuss Edgar Allan Poe's The Paranoid Letter as the perfectly balanced detective story. So the answer will be same. Here this is a summary and the detective story is also just like a summary. So let us start with the answer. Poe. This is his third detective story in which C. Augustin Dupin's character is the same as the rest of the two stories, The Murder in the Rumors and The Mystery of Mary Roget. Howard Haycraft explained that the poet has made two things, physical and mental balance, to this story. The unnamed narrator and his friend C. Augustin Dupin were having discussed about the murder in the rumors in a small room in Paris, and how Dupin had himself solved mystery of case. Then there the Paris police Monsieur Z arrived, who were given to solve the case. The officer present a simple case about missing a letter from royal compartment. Although the officers knew that the letter has been taken by Minister D, who is government employee, but he fails to find any evidence against him. According to the police officer, a young lady possessed the letter, which contains highly confidential that could damage the reputed personality. When the lady was reading a letter, a man came into royal compartment, so he put it down on a table, start to talk with him because the letter had sensitive material in it. Suddenly Minister D entered the compartment and noted the letter's contents. After realizing the seriousness of the situation, he placed a fake letter at the place of important letter and began to talk to Persian affairs. Now, the problem is that Minister D is a very evil person and he can do anything to increase his political power. So, the most important thing is that to find the letter to at any cost. After listening to all the things, Dupin asked the officer that he had to search the minister's residence, on which the officer asked he can't find letter from there, although he rechecked thoroughly the Minister D house, but he did not get letter. In addition, he also searched body of Minister D as well, but failed. The police officers mentioned that he is working ward because a great reward offers to recover the letter. Dupin suggests him to search again. After 1 month, Dupins and narrators were talking each other when the police officer arrived. The prefect admits that he did not find letter after checking attentively, and also the reward has increased. He tell him that he will pay 15,000 francs who find the letter for him. After hearing this, Dupin asked him to write a check for him on the spot, and after getting a receipt of the check, Dupin hands over the letter to the officer. The officer was very happy and returned it to its rightful owner. Now Dupin explains how he gets the letter. Dupin admits that the police investigate the case as conventional pattern, not to random pattern. He gives the explain of even and odd game. This is guesser game, and if the guesser is right, he gets his goal. And here the Dupin guess right. Dupin has quality to understand by eye contact. Eyeball whether a person is shy, confident, happy, sad, or hiding some emotion. If a person tell a lie, it's really difficult for him to make an eye contact with other person, and Dupin find the letter through this guess knowledge, while the police officer has absence of this quality. Dupin said that Minister D is very clever. He will not keep the letter in his small office apartment where the police check first. He told about puzzles game in which a player gave another player to find the name on a map. Sometimes we think that the player gave us to find the smallest name, but he gave biggest name on map, and we can't think that he gave us to find biggest name on map and we fail to find it. And here Dupin's logic is work out. Keeping this game in his mind, he reached Minister D house. After searching the residence, he noticed a group of visiting cards hanging on the wall in front of the door. He became sure that the letter has possessed among the cards, and to get the letter, he leaves his snuff box by knowingly. Next morning, he reaches Minister D residence to take letter, and he gets the letter very cleverly without any suspect, and no one knows about this. He also leave a fake letter there is which he had written a scheme, if not worthy of Artrus, is worthy of Thetis. The Paranoid letter, along with the murders in the Rue Morgue, is a new creation story of Poe's. It is full of mystery and detective story. In the murder of Rue Morgue, Poe gives a graphic description. He presents mutilation like violence, gothic, etc. But in the Paranoid letter, bloody appearance has no place. Poe writes this story in old traditional pattern, investigation by police. Poe depicts that when all traditional investigation has fallen, then techniques of six senses arrives. Here the poet changes suddenly his pattern of style. The Paranoid letter is just a simple letter. Poe another story is the case of Omin Tintado or the Black Cat. Poe portrays as the most active and the most unreflective character in the story. Dupin's crime-solving techniques was more powerful than Minister D. The Paranoid letter reflects that truth is often hidden in plain sight, and someone to find the truth it's so difficult, and Dupin's also faced